I'm joined right now by Congressman John Moolenaar, who's seeking re-election in this upcoming election on November 5th. Congressman Moolenaar, why did you decide to run again?
Well, I want to get our country back on the right track. I feel that right now we're on a wrong track. Inflation is too high. People can't get their gas and their groceries at a reasonable cost. And we need to secure our southern border. Too many people coming across illegally, and it's creating crime and all sorts of problems. And I think most Americans realize we can do better as a country. And that's my goal, to serve another term in Congress.
If reelected, what do you plan to continue to do that you've already started?
Well, I'm going to continue to chair the Select Committee on the strategic competition with the Chinese Communist Party. I don't believe we should be giving taxpayer dollars to Chinese-based companies, or Russian or Iranian or North Korean for that matter either. We want to win this competition, make sure that we're creating jobs here that benefit Americans and don't fund our adversaries. So that's going to be a huge priority. I want to keep limiting spending in areas to important needs rather than wasteful spending, because I think that's been part of the problem of driving up inflation. And I want to make sure we secure the border. I've supported HR 2, which would have secured the border and would have kept people in Mexico waiting to have their asylum claims adjudicated, but it simply the status quo is not acceptable, and we need to make those changes.
You mentioned about the support for that bill, for that legislation that did not pass in Washington. Do you believe that come January, come that new term, you can get that through along with your colleagues?
Well, I'm hoping if we have a strong election that we can win a Republican majority in the House, the Senate, and the White House and get things done for the American people. I think too many things have happened where it just hasn't gotten done in Washington, D.C. People feel like we're on the wrong track, and we need to get things going in the right direction again, whether it's border security, limiting spending so that we don't have such inflation, reducing the burdensome regulations that are affecting our auto industry as well as farmers. We can do better as a country.
What issues do you believe Americans care most about right now? And people in Mid-Michigan, what do they care about?
I think they want to provide for their families and make sure that they can make ends meet. And I think between the inflation rates, it seems like in some ways the world is on fire globally, and people are stressed about that. You know, whether you look at the Middle East or you look at Ukraine, all these challenges facing our country, the threat of China, people are stressed and want to move in a new direction, and I'm hoping we can do that.
You mentioned about inflation. A lot of people will say that they go to the grocery store and grocery prices are higher. How would you combat that? How would you lower those?
Well, first, I think the energy costs. We need to be energy independent in this country and make sure that we're making the most of our resources. That will actually lower the price for food and for gas. Also, the spending has been out of control, whether it's the Inflation Reduction Act or the American Rescue Plan. $6 trillion extra money in the economy has devalued the dollar of everyday Americans. And so we need to have less burdensome regulation, less out of control spending, and energy independence. And I think that'll get us on the right track.
Congressman Moolenaar, is there anything else that you would like to add that we did not talk about?
No, I think we've covered it. I appreciate your questions very much.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And the election is Tuesday, November 5th.
Thank you.